Hey everyone, and welcome to the first day of your project for the first quarter, focusing on the midterm elections in 2018. You should start off by going into our daily log because that's where the electronic version of the instructions are. Before I click into that, though, I want to make sure that you understand that due at the end of class today or the beginning of class on Thursday when I see you, you need to have written out the answers to the background or research questions. They can either be typed or handwritten, but remember to include a citation of where you found the information. And then today's main focus is that you'll be creating your first map for the midterm election project. This is going to be at the USA level, and you'll use your instructions to determine what choices you're displaying. By the end of class, though, you should have completed one map, which is what we refer to as a web map, and started building your story map, which is the web mapping application. The story map is where you'll be adding your other required piece of media, whether it's an image or a video, and making sure you have configured the pop-up for what your map is showing. Make sure to save the story map before you exit out. And if you realize you need to change something in the web map itself, just use the back arrow, making sure again, though, that you've saved the story map. So I'm going to open up the document right now that is the instructions for our first quarter project. And I asked you all to star last class, really, that you're starting here at the process section. The first thing you're going to do is you will open this map and you will then sign in to ArcGIS.com using your Herndon student login number and save this web map to your content. It'll take a moment for the content to load. And the first thing you need to do is to sign in. I'm going to sign in as me, and you'll see then that you have the option to save the map. I'm going to save as, and I'm not going to call it copy, but I'm going to call it master, because this is going to be sort of my working document for everything. Your tags, again, RGHHS, and then JMUGSS, and make sure to save it in your folder. Now I've already saved it at this point, so I'm actually just going to cancel this. And I'm going to go back into my content, and I'm going to open up my web map. See on this screen in my content that this is where I've named my midterm election 2018 Fairfax Master. When I click on that, it's going to allow me to open up the map in a map viewer. I have to build my map first. So once I've gone in and decided what I want to show, in this instance, let's say that I just want to show the states. And I'm not, since this is just a for example, I'm not going to change the style on them. I'm not going to symbolize them any differently. But I would go in here and then say save as. And I would describe what this map is. And this would be, say, the election, like the state level elections, state level voting, maybe. In 2016, if that's what I wanted to show. And then I can save that map. Once I've done everything in this at this section, meaning that once I've done everything here in the web map, whether it's that I've changed the style or I've configured the pop-ups, I wouldn't encourage doing enriching it at the state level. I think that it might take too long, but you can try it if you want to. However, once you feel confident that this is how you want it to look, I would again save it. And then I'm going to go back into my content because I want to then create a web mapping application. I can create it from over here, and I'm going to use a template. We talked about building a story map last class. You can choose, I would suggest using either, the map series, and this is just going to be trial, because I just want to create it quickly. And this is where I choose. Do I want it to be a tabbed? Do I want it to be a side accordion? Do I want it to be bulleted? It's totally your choice. Doesn't matter to me. I'm just going to start with tabbed. Now, I'm going to call it, the elections. You can come up with something on your own. Now, the idea is that since I'm adding my first tab, I need to think about what am I adding? This is my state level, my USA level map. Now, that's not a descriptive title, and I don't want you to use that, but just for these purposes. And then I'm going to say I want to select a map. And I'm going to select the one that I created, the state level voting. This is where you can customize the location and the content and the pop-up and the legend and things like that. I'm going to custom my map location because I have found that I just want to zoom in just a little bit more, because even though it looks like it's not all on this screen, it ends up sort of being like that. I want my legend to show, and then I say add. All right, and then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put just as bunches of different things. This is where I can then insert an image or a video. I figured out something really cool today, which is that if you zoom to a spot, you can highlight that in your text, and then you can tell it that you want to go to a certain place. So let's say when I zoom, I want to go to the southern portion of Texas. All right, and that's what I want it to show. And so then when I come over here and I click that, and I preview it, it's going to zoom. Oh, that didn't zoom me to Texas. Well, you can play around with that. All right. Once you're done doing whatever you want in the story map, you save it. If you decide you need to go back and change something in your web map, just click the back button, and they'll take you back into your content, and you would go back to your state level voting. If you open it up in your map viewer again, say I decided I don't like it as green, but I think I want to show it in a different color, and the color I'm going to choose is going to be purple. I just want to show you that whatever you do in this application in the web map, as long as you save it, you should be able to go back into your content and open up your web mapping application, which is that story map. And I'm going to configure it because I want to do some more stuff with it. And you can see that it's changed to purple. So again, you should have finished by the end of today or the end of the first day. your first level map at the USA and putting it in either as the first tab, the first bullet, or the first number on a side accordion. I'll be checking these things off between now and the time we come to class on the second day. If you've got questions, you can email me or stop by during the next Stinger time period.